Hello dear classmates and teachers, this is Bertha Castro. This is the Socialization of Research Methodology in English Teaching. As the description of my research interest, I have the following. This is a confirmatory research. According to Ellis, confirmatory research is a way to study scientifically a specific phenomenon in the classroom environment. The research interest of the present document is based on the theory of personal learning environments for supporting out-of-class language learning. In other words, as Reinders stated in 2014, this is a theory that establishes a combination of tools, usually digital tools, and resources chosen by the learner to support different aspects of the learning process, from goal setting to material selection to assessment. Now, why do I choose this type of research? According to the observation, I observed that the internet connections were weak. There wasn't an available technology in all the classrooms, just in some of them. According to the mission of the institution, there is a privilege in the use of technology. All the students manage and use technology since they have smartphones, iPhones, laptops, and computers, so the research is possible to be done. But the problem is the textbook. It's a little bit old. According to the methodology, we have a communicative approach that gives emphasis to all the skills, especially to the speaking area. Here I have a picture of one of the pages of the textbook. According to the categorization or classification of initial data, the participants are students enrolled in level 3A of the Centro Colombo Americano. Their English teacher and another teacher called Diego Zapata, who helped me to support this research by giving some opinion about the textbook and also about the advantages of the students that are studying English in this institution. Then we have the classroom artifacts, specific materials. As in every classroom, we have a whiteboard, markers, CD players, CDs, eventually a video projector, a laptop, a weak internet connection, a big library, computer room, and old textbook. In regard with the use of English through language interaction, it was evident that the students with struggles in the academic performance have troubles by using the English language in their interactions with some other students. The evidences from specific documents. In regard with the syllabus of the institution, the students should be able to use some specific structures related with likes and dislikes, free time activities, future tenses, and past tenses, as well as structures to make apologies, expressing temporary leave-taking, expressing indifference, and giving instructions. The students should demonstrate they have a good command of the structures learned. When they don't know how to say a word, they ask to the teacher about the word needed to use in the sentence. Nevertheless, it is difficult for some students to try the use of these English words because some of them are shy in front of their partners. In regard with the journal reflection, there were 3 students with issues in their grammar and also in their oral production. They had difficulties in the use of adjectives because their vocabulary was limited. It was recommended to read a book and record their voice with the summary of this book. Among the causas, there is one that I think was the most appropriate for this situation. there was a lack of meaningful activities with adjectives in the textbook because of the book is boring. So I decided to ask them to do a kind of homework by doing extra activities in the virtual environment as an introduction to the use of these personal learning environments. In regard to the relationship between the research interest, the macro project, and the contributions to the English as a foreign language context, I have that my research interest was a confirmatory research since it is based in the theory of personal learning environments for supporting out-of-class language learning. It consists in the use of the virtual environment to support the learning process of the students in the English classroom. It is a confirmatory research because it supports the English class and the results of the students' progress in the speaking area can be measurable among the same group through the results in the academic performance of the students. The macro project is an innovative pedagogy for language teaching and learning. There is an evident relationship between the present research using a virtual environment from home as a supporting strategy for the teaching and learning process and the innovative pedagogy for language teaching and learning, since it is a viable alternative that can be developed for the students as a way to reach the goals of communication. The contributions to the English as a foreign language context are the following. Additional practice of the students' oral production, since the time in class is very limited, to improve this skill. It will make the learner the center of his own learning process. So in other words, we're going to promote autonomy. The macro project will be enriched by the use of personal learning environments for supporting out-of-class language learning as a way to help the learning and teaching pedagogy from a virtual environment using the academic performance of the oral tests of the students as a measurable variable. In regard with the description of the research interest, a field of research and the macro project. My research interest. We have that it research supports the field of research of language teaching and learning, gives the opportunity to the student to develop autonomy, gives the opportunity to the student to practice the English speaking skill in a virtual environment. It's a helping strategy to the teacher who can lead the process at the beginning. The student will develop a good criterion about the quality of the material found in the web. My research interest, the field of research and the macro project. There is a strong relationship among these aspects of research because everything is related with a new way of assessing the teaching and learning process, taking the students as the center of the learning. It has different variables such as motivation or willingness to learn independently, as Reinders stated in 2014, and the management of technology with computers in a virtual environment. The progress in oral production will be evidenced by periodical tests during the level to check progress. Finally, we have the objectives. In order to formulate the initial research objectives, it is important to develop a research question. How to improve the oral production in the students of the Centro Colombo-Americano enrolled in Level 3A by using personal learning environments for supporting out-of-class language learning? The initial research objectives are to identify the motivation or willingness to learn independently that the students have in Level 3A through observations, application of questionnaires, and interviews. to analyze the computer skills that the students of level 3A have by doing simple computer exercises, to determine the oral production that the students of level 3A have by doing some oral tests in different times of the course length. This is the list of reference. Thank you very much for supporting me. Bye-bye.